Let's talk about the 1965 Washington quarter, not just the ordinary 25-cent coin you find in your pocket, but the one that could be a hidden treasure. Most of them are worth just their face value, yet a very few have turned out to be worth thousands of dollars. I'll take you through why that is, how to check your coin, what to watch out for, all in simple terms. In 1965 the U.S. Mint made a lot of quarters, around 1.8 billion of them from the Philadelphia facility. These coins were made of a clad composition, copper-nickel sandwich, instead of the older silver composition. Because of the big number, most 1,965 quarters you find are just the ordinary kind, and are worth 25 cents or a little more if in great shape. Now, what makes some of these special? There are a few error and rare versions. Silver planchet error, even though, officially, 1965 quarters should not have silver, a very small number were accidentally struck on planchets, the blank discs used for coins, meant for the older 90% silver quarters. Those quarters will typically weigh more, around 6.1 to 6.2 grams, than the normal clad version, 5.67 g, and will have a silver-looking edge, no copper core visible. If you found one of these, you could be holding something very unusual. Auction records show one such coin sold for $7,050 in 2014. Double die error, DDO or DDR, this happens when the die, the metal tool that stamps the coin design, misregisters, causing doubled letters or parts of the design. On the 1965 quarter you might see doubling in Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, 1965. Values for these errors range from a few hundred to over $2,000 depending on how obvious the doubling is and the condition of the coin. Other strike/planchet errors, these include off-center strikes, where the design is shifted off the blank, coins struck on blank planchets meant for pennies, dimes, etc., and broad strike or blank edge errors. These also can carry value considerably higher than face value if the error is dramatic and the coin is in good shape. So, what if you find a 1965 quarter in your pocket and wonder, could it be worth much? Well, yes, but the chances are very small. Here's how to check and what to look for. Look at the edge of the coin. A normal 1965 quarter has a copper-colored band visible, because of the clad composition. A silver planchet error version will have a uniform silver edge, no copper band. Weigh the coin. A normal one weighs about 5.67 g, the silver error version will weigh around 6.2 g. Some experts say if it weighs around 6.1 to 6.2 g and has the silver edge, you may have the silver error. Inspect the design for doubling. Use a magnifying glass or loupe, check letters in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, 1965. If doubling is strong and clear, that might point to a double die error. Consider condition. Coins with little wear, strong luster, sharp details, and minimal damage will command higher value. If you believe you may have one of the rare versions, consider getting it certified by a reputable coin grading service, e.g., Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. This helps protect you from mistakes and verifies authenticity. Be realistic. Most 1965 quarters are common. One Reddit commenter summarized it well. The 1965 quarter is definitely not worth much unless you find the silver planchet error. Now, let's talk value. What have the rare ones sold for? Normal circulated 1965 quarters, basically face value, 25 cents to a few dollars. Uncirculated but standard type, no error maybe $10 or so if in strong mint state, MS65, etc. According to one guide, an MS65 standard 1965 quarter might fetch around $10. For the silver planchet error, coins have sold $4.6, $0.00, $15, $000 plus depending on grade and condition. Some sources even suggest the highest value recorded for a 1965 quarter is up around $16,800 for the silver error in excellent grade. But, I found no credible public record of a 1965 quarter selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The headlines you may see, worth millions, tend to be exaggerations or refer to coins other than standard 1965 quarters. So while "you might own something valuable" is true, the "hundreds of thousands" scenario is very unlikely for this date without extraordinary proof. So what should you do now if you have a 1965 quarter and wonder about it? First, don't freak out. The odds are it's a normal clad coin worth 25 cents. But second, it's easy to check some basics. Look at the edge, weigh it if you can, look for doubling. If something does look odd, silver edge plus weight or clear doubling, then you may want to have it looked at by a coin dealer or grading service. Even though the chance is small, the payoff could be substantial, thousands of dollars, rather than just 25 cents. Also, a few caveats. Condition matters a lot. An error coin in terrible shape doesn't bring the same value. Beware of scams or altered coins. Some coins are cleaned badly, altered, or misrepresented. Certification helps protect you. Rarity and buyer interest determine value. Even among error coins, some are much rarer, and more sought after, than others. In summary, yes, you could have something special, but most 1965 quarters aren't. If yours checks out, silver edge, heavier weight, doubling, etc., then explore further. If not, it's still neat to have a piece of coin history and worth more than just spending it thoughtlessly. Let me know if you want help identifying a specific coin. You can send descriptions or photos, and I can guide you through it.